Just a quick thank you to Scott Michael Cavagan for coming down and talking to us on our artist series of use of this music. Much appreciated.
Cheers for having us, mate. Thanks a lot.
No worries, man.
Appreciate
Awesome. So, Scott, you've had some sync success in the past. Do you want to tell us all about what happened with that and what it was?
Yeah, I suppose the main one was I got a message. I think I've seen something online actually, and it was to submit a 30-second sample of an indie kind of rock instrumental for a fashion shoot on This Morning on ITV. And the funny thing was, the song was Sleeping with the Enemy, and it was about kind of fashion and fame and all this stuff. So it was quite ironic that it actually got picked. But in the mid-section of the song, I picked the kind of instrumental part, which is like this indie kind of guitar part, and I sent that, and they sent a message back saying, yeah, we'd love to use it. So I was buzzing with that, and then it was kind of on my dinner break. I rushed to the toilet when it was going to be on, and they played the full song.
Awesome.
So I was sitting there, and hearing myself on This Morning about fame and people who wanted to be famous and on primetime TV. So that was great. And the great thing about it was as well is obviously you've got different, because it's on ITV, every region has a different kind of setting for that. So you don't just I didn't get just one set royalty for that place. It was like, right, East Anglia or something, and then that, and then that. And then obviously I think at the time as well, the show was repeated in the middle of the morning, so that would count as another sync. So
awesome.
All in all, like for a 30-second sample, it was great, you know.
Awesome. So when you write songs, do you write songs to cater just the TV, or do you write it's for?
No, I never write them with anything in mind really. I was, first things first is I think like I've got to like it.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, like, I'm a big fan of Manic Street Preachers, and I remember James Dean Bradfield saying like sometimes when you write a song, he used to imagine like when they played the goal of the season on Match of the Day, they'd play that like 30 seconds or a minute long instrumental, and sometimes in the back of my mind I think actually that's pretty cool, but never like kind of intentional. But I like, you know, my music is, although it has like elements of, you know, indie, pop, punk rock, sometimes metal, but there's always a commercial side to it, which I you know, I don't mind saying that, you know, it's because I want people to hear the music, but that's the type of things that I like, you know.
Cool. That's great. You got commercial touch. I mean, we're here backstage.
Well, that's it.
HMV.
I know.
About to go on stage. What's your vibe for playing live? Do you enjoy playing with bands or acoustic, or what's the vibe?
I think I've got the best of both worlds, mate, to be honest, because I was saying this not long ago, like, it's my name on the tin, and the only reason for that, to be honest, is because I started it just myself. I didn't have any kind of grand idea of trying to make or anything like that. I just purely wanted to do it for myself.
Cool.
And then from that, it kind of spiraled into getting a couple of friends that said they'd play for us if I wanted to do some gigs. Ideally, you know, I would like to have been in the band, but for just time and stuff like that, it was easier to keep myself, and then the lineup could always change.
Yeah.
And everyone wasn't a set member, meaning they didn't have they weren't tied to this, and you know. But it's kind of evolved into having a full live band, and when I'm with the band now, it feels like I'm in a band.
Yeah.
And from that, you know, it just works so well that I can get to do that and feel that I'm in a band. Yeah. But at the same time, I haven't got that. I'm not tied to kind of having to please everyone, because, you know, being in a band sometimes can be challenging, getting everyone together and stuff. So no, it's worked out great.
It's pretty much fair to say from a songwriting artistic background rather than a producer background. Yeah.
I mean, up until now, up until recently, I've always recorded myself. You know, back in the day, it was I would record a demo every year, and in a studio, and you would look at the clock constantly. And because I was the singer, I would be like an hour left. We'd run out of money and I have an hour left to record like 5 songs. But now, obviously, everyone can record at home and stuff. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of like remote recording. That's how I did the album and how I did the EP. Yeah. But the new stuff, we've kind of gone into a studio and recorded it together, which I think is been great, because like I said, it's kind of my thing, but the band are there and they feel like part of it. They can put their parts in a lot more. Cool. And as I said, the atmosphere now, it does feel like a band, without the pressure of them having to always have to be able to do everything. Like today, you know, it's just an acoustic thing, so I don't have to worry about like everyone playing and getting here and stuff. It's the best of both worlds. I think it's great. You know, I really enjoy it that way.
Didn't you have a chance meeting once upon a time with somebody famous backstage? Was it?
I did, yeah. So I met Metallica. I met the Metallica lads.
Yes.
Which was crazy. I was in a band called Drill with Jeff Mantis, who's like godfather of black metal.
Yeah.
I think it was through Machine Head actually had invited Jeff to the gig because Machine Head are big Venom fans, and then I think it got back to like James Hetfield and stuff, and they wanted to meet him. So I went backstage to meet Rob Flynn first, and he was on a table getting a massage, and that was quite interesting. But no, it was great. And you know what, like it was kind of, I felt like in a good way, I felt like an outsider, kind of like a fly on the wall.
Cool.
Because those guys were fans of Jeff, and I was able to see like kind of, because Jeff, you know, sometimes Jeff just forgets that he's like, you know, they create a full genre of music, and I think he forgets that sometimes, and to see like Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield, you know, like hero worship, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, to be honest, just to see that, you know. And that was great.
So, any important words of advice for any budding young songwriters starting out writing songs, joining bands? What would your advice be? I
think just stick to what you want to do. Don't worry about like trends or stuff like that. I think back in the day, obviously I'm a bit older now, and back in the day, you know, I think I was, if I'm 100% honest, I was kind of like, what's going on now, and I want to be part of a particular scene. And I think a lot of the time, once you get in the scene, something else has changed, and something, you know, you're kind of old news. You're old news, you know. So just stick to what you want to do, you know, and whether you get anywhere with it or not, think about the reason why you're doing it is because you love music. I mean, you know, for me, I've got to be realistic. It's about enjoyment, and I've never enjoyed it as much in my life, to be honest. Like it's class. So yeah, I'd say that.
Great
enjoy it.
Great advice. So thank you, Mr. Scott Michael Cavagan.
Thanks, mate.
All the best for your HMV session.
Thanks, man.
In 2 minutes. Enjoy. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, man. Cheers.